Hello, Curtis here with Quality Professional Home Inspections. Today we're going to give you an overview on the home inspection process that we cover. Okay, so a part of the structural systems would be your roof covering materials, the exterior walls, your exterior windows, and your foundation. So we're looking at to make sure, of course, there's not any significant cracking in the wall or significant cracks in your foundation. Also, with your windows, we're looking for flashings, and flashings are something that diverts water away from the interior of the structure. Also, your grading and drainage. So, grading and drainage, your grading should be moving away from your home. So everything, the whole process is trying to keep water and divert water away from your foundation and away from your home. Okay, so earlier I was speaking on the flashings, and all windows and modern building practices require that all exterior windows have flashings. And what flashings are, they are metal strips that divert water away from the inside of your home. And so if you look up here, you can see that this actually has flashing, so that checks out all right. Also, when it comes to appliances, we inspect your appliances, your AC condenser unit, we look at to see if there's any damage, we listen for unusual loud noises. We also look at your condenser unit to your AC. One of the things that we look at, you have a concrete pad here. We're looking at the condenser unit to see that it's leveled. A lot of times we go in homes and one of the common problems is that the condenser unit is actually not level. So you want to make sure that your condenser unit is level on the pad. Another thing we're looking at is your HVAC lines, your suction line, and your liquid line to make sure that there's not any stress on it, there's not any oil underneath. Also, I look at the nameplate, if I can locate it here. So I'm looking at the nameplate to see what the manufacturer's requirements are in amperage that it matches with the circuit breakers outside. So there's a particular size that the manufacturer requires the circuit breakers to fit. So we want to make sure that that matches with on the nameplate. Okay, another thing that we inspect and check for your location of your gas distribution system and proper bonding. It's important to make sure that you have the bonding clamps on your gas distribution system. We also check your plumbing distribution systems. We check for functional flow. And right here, I'm actually checking the static water pressure of your home. It should be between 40 and 80 PSI. Right here we have about 40 PSI, and it is a little leakage there. Another thing reported is that we want to let you know where your location of your water meter is. We generally in our reports put the location and what side of the home, if it's near the road or sidewalk. Okay, so also as an inspector, I inform you need to know where your main water cutoff valve is. So on your report form, you will see the location of your main water cutoff. And in this home, it's on the east side of the home, located in the front of the garage. This is where you would come in case you have any emergency and you need to turn your water off. It's very important that you know where that is. As an inspector, I don't assume that the homeowner automatically knows where something important like this is. So it's very important that you know the location of your main water shutoff. Okay, we also check the condition of your water heater, the type of energy that's supplying the water heater. And on this water heater, the energy that's being supplied is gas. So we also are looking at the size. We have to document the size, how many gallons, the capacity of the size. Also, where you have your temperature pressure relief valve, this is a very important component of the water heater because water heaters build up pressure. So you want to make sure that you have this temperature pressure relief valve not only installed, but also that there's proper piping and drainage that will take it out and low enough that if it does create so much pressure, how it works is this lever will release and release off steam. So we're looking to make sure you have that in the proper piping and where it drains to in a safe location. We're also looking at vent piping for your CO gases, and we go through the attic to make sure that this particular venting doesn't vent inside the attic, it should vent through the roof. So we're looking at the condition of the vent piping and the material as well, and also your incoming cold water and your hot water. You should not have a valve either located on this temperature pressure relief valve. There should be no valves whatsoever on that. And we're looking that you have a drain pan as well, and the condition of the drain pan. We check it. We also inspect your electrical panel, your main panel. Some of the things that we check for is we look at your circuit breakers. We match the size of the wiring to the size of the circuit breakers, which is very important. We also look at your service amperage. In this case, this is 125 amps, and we need to make sure that that matches with the service interest size that comes in as well. We also look at your grounding rod to make sure your clamps and that your service interest panel is grounded and the condition of it. Okay, a part of your HVAC AC testing, we look at your ducts in the attic. We're not actually in the attic right now, but we look at the conditions of your ducts that's running through the attic and make sure that there's no rips or tears or excessive condensation. But another thing that I do is I'm inspecting for the temperature out of your registers. So each register gets tested to make sure not only that the temperature is accurate in the AC and heating mode, but also that you actually have a duct running to every room that has a supply register. Okay, so we inspect your smoke detectors, and modern building practices require that each bedroom has a smoke detector, and outside of each, in the near vicinity outside of each bedroom has a smoke detector. Also, the smoke detector should be interconnected, and what I mean by interconnected means if you test one, if one goes off, then all the other ones in the home should be alerted to go off as well. And this particular one seems like it may need a battery. We're not sure, but we will note that in the inspection.